Hey guys, welcome. It's Friday. Well, by the time I post this, it's Friday. Today it's Thursday. But anyways, both kids are napping right this second, so we thought what better time than now to do a vlog in between moving, probably because I'm done working for right now. So sitting in front of the computer sounds way more fun. Beretta's cuddling Andrew. He just got back from work and we're ready to vlog it up. I don't know if that's a thing, but let's pretend. So I asked on Instagram yesterday if you had any questions. And so let's get to them. The first one I wanted to ask was, okay, how are Brooke and Knox adjusting to their life as siblings with the new step-parent? This is from Courtney. So, what would you say? Honestly, they fight like they're siblings and they play like they're siblings. Like they've skipped that whole honeymoon stage, I guess, as siblings, and they already just like, I mean, when Knox is gone, Brooke is asking about him the whole time, and then, like, this morning they woke up, and usually when Brooke wakes up, she, like, comes straight to me to tell me about her dreams and everything, but this morning she never came to me. Her and Knox were just off playing, and it was so weird, because I was like, what about me? So I felt a little left out, but I think they're just young, so they're doing good.
They're young. They're used to being with us 100% of the time, getting 100% of our attention, so that was hard at the start. You could tell they kind of acted out a little bit to get attention, but they got a built-in best friend or enemy. It depends on what second it is or what minute or whatever. So, no, they do pretty good. They're fun. They love each other, so they're doing pretty good adjusting. I think it'll be nice when we're all settled and not moving anymore.
Yeah. To kind of go along with that, someone asked, how are we adjusting to living together? And I think the biggest problem we've had was last night, and Andrew was so confused why I opened the cereal box the way I did, and
No, I think you're going somewhere with that.
No, but anyways, just little things like that. I think that we just do things a little different sometimes, but other than that, I think we're both just we're just laid back people that it's not like things bother us very easily, and we've just got such a fun friendship that it's fun to I think we were like laughing and joking for like an hour and a half last night when we should have been asleep. But yeah, it's an adjustment going from like sleeping in your bed all by yourself and just like sprawled out. You know, those are little tiny adjustments, but I haven't really noticed anything hard yet.
No, we've been pretty good. We kind of do things, we go all in or we don't do it at all. Yeah. And so there was another comment I saw on the Instagram and it said, how'd you guys go from painting the house to remodeling the whole house? So
literally, the entire house will be remodeled.
Like, we start dating, we get married, and all this kind of stuff. So we just kind of do it. No, like we love to go all in when we do our things, and so we just like how things are. Everything's awesome. So there's not really much of a change. It's just nice that we're not spending late nights at someone else's house and have to go home at night. It's nice.
Totally. Well, and this is kind of to go along with, like, how we're just kind of, like, crazy about things. We just, like, start it, and then I think what ended up happening was I really wanted to do the floors right away, and Andrew wanted to wait a few months, and as we were painting, I spilled, like, a lot of paint on the carpet on accident.
On purpose.
So Andrew's like, fine, we'll do the floors now, and then we just started doing the floors, so his family was there when it happened, and they were all laughing, but now we'll be happy that they'll be all done.
She spilled on accident.
They look really pretty, so you're excited.
No, I'm excited, but yeah. It went from, just delayed a week or two.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah.
So to kind of go along with, like, our dating and stuff, someone asked, when you started dating, how did you bring up the heavy hitter things, i.e. what you wanted in the future, deal breakers, important life choices that you wanted to uphold in your future life family? I think that's such an interesting thing to think about, because, like, that was so scary for me with any other person I was dating. Like, any of those big questions, it was like, oh, let's go get froyo. Like, I was really good at, I don't know, those questions just freaked me out. And so I remember it was like the day before a half marathon, and we'd just gone to the race expo, but we were just hanging out. I think Brooke was asleep or something, but Andrew brought up some of those heavy hitter questions, and I was like, it didn't even like faze me. I was just like, yeah, let's talk about this. Let's like figure it out. And it was just so easy, and it didn't give me any anxiety which was really nice.
It wasn't like, oh, I want you to marry me or anything.
No.
It was more like, because, I mean, like, it's not that we're old, we're not really young, but it's just kind of the fact that I don't play games, and I'm glad that she didn't either. So it's kind of just up front, like, there's just certain things that just don't fly with me. And so I just wanted to see where she's at, because just don't want to waste time, and we didn't.
I think we didn't play any games. Like, we joke around. I was, like, pretty open with Andrew on the second or third time I was with him, that I was just like, yeah, I really like you. I just want to date you. And so there was no games to be had with either of us.
So I mean, the heavy hitter things, I mean, they're obviously the most important to us. So we just kind of hit them off straight. I mean, because obviously when we have kids too, I mean, I'm not going to date anyone that's not okay with some of the thing, like with me having a boy and the situation I was in. And so it was just, from the get-go, I don't want to introduce anyone to Knox unless I knew that person was going to be around. And so I kind of just cut to the chase. It wasn't like I'm going to give it a couple weeks or months. I kind of just want to figure out, okay, well, how are this? I mean, the big hitter questions took a little bit longer, but I mean, some big ones came up front. So.
Yep. So good stuff. Somebody else asked about if the kids will be in the same grade together, and they actually will be. So they start preschool again in a few weeks. There's like a lady in our neighborhood that just does it at home, and they'll be in the same class together. So it was funny, the other day at church, we put them in the same class together, and we left primary, and then when we came back to check on them, an adult was sitting in between them. So I'm guessing they were fighting or maybe giggling too hard. I don't know, but it'll be interesting to see how they do. Which
is improvement, because last time we went to church, the first hour was ridiculous, and the second hour was even worse, and so we didn't stay for the third one. So, and improvements, and they were good. They just kind of like, hey, peace out, mom and dad. So we were good.
We've got a bunch of questions about exes and like step parents and stuff like that, and somebody asked how I get along with Knox's mom, and so I see her like, I don't know, 4 or 5 times a week, just with all the different drop-offs and stuff, and we get along great. It's crazy, we have a few friends in common, and so we're able to talk about that, or just a few different random hobbies that we have in common, and so it's really easy. And Knox is just, he's excited to see his mom when she's here, and she's excited to come see his dad when we're picking him up and things like that. So there's no drama or anything with that whatsoever. And as far as my ex goes, we don't see him that much, so I don't think there could be any drama. I don't know. Yeah. But
it's pretty easy going. I mean, there's no competition between us. It's just kind of, we both love Knox a ton. I mean, obviously for Brooke too. And so, like, it's just straight up, like, we just want to be the best parents we can. And this goes for our whole family, our blended family. So it's no competition for us. It's not what it's there for. We're there just to help the kids. So
yeah. So really, with that, it's pretty easy. I mean, we haven't ran into any roadblocks yet, but I think that's my biggest advice if you go through a divorce and stuff, is just the marriage is over, so there's no reason for any sort of drama or angry words or any upsettedness. I mean, it's over, so make the best of it for your kids, for your family, and to avoid any drama, because, man, that would be really stressful, and I get stressed out really easy over stupid things. I can't imagine having to stress about that kind of stuff. So another reader asked, I'm curious how you deal with all the negativity readers throw at you, whether through comments on the blog or by other websites. I want to start blogging, but that kind of stuff would hurt and makes me hesitant to start. So that's a bummer, because I don't like that would cause somebody not to start to do something that they love. But as far as my experience goes with this, I think I first got my first negative comment like 5.5 years ago, and it was like, I'm pretty sure I sat at my desk at work just like sobbing. Like, I felt awful. I believed whatever the person was saying about me. Like, it tore me to shreds. And then I found out there was other things being said on other areas and things like that, and it just like, it killed me. But I remember specifically a time, the computer went dark. It was right after my divorce, and I was living in my parents' basement, and a bunch of people were kind of making fun of me for living in my parents' basement. I had like no money, and I was a single mom all of a sudden, and just like I needed my parents big time. And I remember being made fun of for that, and I was just like, this is out of control. And it kind of like, I think it was all supposed to happen that way for a reason, because it was like this wake up call to me of like, what matters is God's opinion of me and like how I feel about myself. And if I'm trying to do the best I can, like that's it. And if I know like my God is happy with my choices and decisions, like I'm set. Like you can't please everyone. So over the years, my skin has gotten really thick. And so people can say stuff sometimes and it almost causes me to laugh. But if it's like ridiculous. Now, lately, actually, for the last few months, my mom is actually, because she has like access to my blog at all times. So when she first wakes up, she actually gets on the blog and she'll delete comments if there's anything rude. If there's constructive criticism, like leave it up. That's great. I need all the help I can get. But if it's something rude or uncalled for, or like not proper use of language, or I don't know how to say that, but then she just deletes it and she doesn't tell me. So, and I don't read comments until like 8 or 9 in the morning or later on. And so if people write something mean at this point, I don't see anything because my mom takes care of it, and I don't look anywhere else to read stuff. So that's how I deal with it, is just kind of, I guess, becoming a little bit more secure with myself and just realizing like I gotta just focus on my people and try my best, and that's it. So yeah. There was a question about Andrew's siblings. So I've told you a lot about my siblings over the years, so
I don't even know where to start with that. So I'm the second to youngest of 6. So I have an older sister who's actually the oldest of all of us, and then I have 4 brothers. We're all over the place. We've kind of changed around a little bit, but I have a couple brothers in Utah, or 3 brothers in Utah, all over the state. And then I have a brother and his family in Hawaii, and then a sister in Vegas. So we're kind of all over, and then I have a lot of parents and grandparents, or not parents, grandparents and cousins and everyone from California. So that's where we're originally from, down in Southern California. So, yeah, I don't know what else to say about them.
They're awesome. They're so fun. They're just great people, happy.
Yeah, we're super close. We do crazy stuff together. We've always grown up doing crazy things together. I remember just hearing them talk about at our reception after we get married, and it's nice to hear your brothers talk, even the ones that don't really talk that much. One in particular does not talk ever. But I heard him, he does a little bit, but it was nice to hear him actually say some things and share favorite memories and stuff. So it's cool. I'm really close to my brothers and sister, and their kids as well. So they're huge in my life, and we try to visit all the time. So yeah,
they're awesome. They're a good time. I like this question. She asked, what are your favorite parts about being married? What are you looking forward to the most? So as far as my favorite parts of being married is like, man, loneliness hurts. Like that's a really tough feeling to feel, and I feel like I'd felt that for a lot of my 20s, and so man, I'm liking the 30s a whole lot better than I did the 20s. But anyways, P.S. did I ever tell you that I'm older than Andrew?
I don't know, I was just
you knew I was going to say that. I'm 2 years older than him, so
I'm still in my 20s.
It's okay.
I'll hold back any of
rocks.
that comment.
But anyways, but yeah, it's just so great to like have a companion for everything, and like a best friend, and someone that I'm just like so excited to see all the time and to talk to about things, and like someone that's got my back. Like there's so many things, whether it's like blogging stuff or life stuff or things that I'm like afraid to try or think that I need help with, and like I text Andrew about it, and like within 2 seconds I get a response back of like, oh, can't wait to help, or like we could do it this way or that way. And so it's like, it's just so nice to have like that constant, that person that's just like there for you, and like he is always just wanting to help no matter what. So I think that's what I've been loving about being married so far. And as far as for me, as things I'm looking forward to, obviously moving into our house will be fun, and having children together in the future will be fun, and things like that. But like Andrew gets me kind of out of my comfort zone with things, which has been a whole new world for me. I don't know if you've read my blog for the last few years, you realize I eat out at like the same 3 places, and I go to the same places for vacations or do the same things. And Andrew's so adventurous and like always wanting to try new things. And that's been really fun for me to have someone that's like just the best and all that kind of stuff. So that's been fun. But anyways, your turn. Your
There's
favorite
a lot
part.
of questions. I don't know what
Your favorite part about being married. Favorite parts.
Oh. Well, I think it's similar to what she said. Loneliness kind of sucked. I remember, not kind of, they really sucked. And just going through divorce is never okay and never fun, and just especially with kids. And it's kind of hard for a long time. And my whole life changed like within 6 months, like between jobs, between just life and seeing Knox only half the time or more, whatever that is, and it was hard. And then the fact that now I don't have to worry about that anymore, that I've always wanted to have a family and be with my family, and like family's always been first, like even in like high school and college and stuff like that. I spent most of my time with my family and my brothers, not like had tons of friends and things like that, but I'd rather spend time with my family because I'm just closer to them. So I'm glad to have that. And then I'm like, they kind of go hand in hand. I just love our traditions that we're already starting, or the adventures I drag Janae along. I like to see how I need to bring my GoPro and just fixate on her when we're doing something new, like jumping with the whale sharks. That was by far one of the coolest things we've ever done, and I've ever done too. But I wish I would have had it focused on Janae before we jumped in that water. That was pretty fun. But no, I'm super stoked because we're back to having a family again. We're going to have our house. I cannot wait until we move into this house because I feel like it's a project that's never ending. It's ending tomorrow. But kind of. But now I'm excited. It's just a new chance at everything to, and we just don't take for granted the things that we had before or we didn't have before and what we have now. And so I think that's the best thing for us. And I don't know, that's what I look forward to the most.
Good answers. Somebody asked if Andrew knew Hungry Runner Girl before we actually met. So no, I think just Facebook stalking on both parts.
Did not. I looked at a couple pictures.
Definitely. I definitely stalked you. So
she's the creeper.
I am, but that's okay. Not anymore.
No, I checked it out after our first date. I didn't want to go on it beforehand. I think I said that before in a vlog before. But yeah.
Any other things you want to talk about right now? This is stressful. Oh, somebody asked how the change has been going from an independent single mom to a wife. How has that gone? And it's been pretty fluid. Just because I think we're kind of just keeping like our same roles in life. Like I don't cook that much. I'm hoping to start cooking I do when Blue Apron comes because I'm excited for it. But like things like that wherein like I don't feel like I've changed my role too much, but like I just hang out with him all the time and like try to serve him and do things like that. But I don't feel like we're still both working. We're both taking care of kids. We're both doing those kind of things. So I don't feel like it's been like a culture shock to be like, oh my gosh, I'm married. And plus both of us were married for years before that. So it's like, I like being a wife is like my role. Like I love this. Like this is what I want. Being single was hard. And yeah. What about you? Has it been a fluid transition?
Yeah, it's been, we kind of do things the hard way. So it's been like our being together has been awesome fluid. The house has not been fluid. I swear it's like the worst thing ever right now. I'm so stoked for it, and that's all I can think about the last couple of days. But everything's been super. I mean, it's like it's not that it's brand new, like she said. It's like we've been parents before, and it's actually a lot easier because we have someone there to help when someone's about to lose it, when I'm about to lose it, or vice versa. She never does.
Or if I have a project that's due like the next morning or something that I need to turn in, usually it's like me trying to like get Brooke all ready for bed and get her taken care of and like fed and brush teeth and like all that kind of stuff, and then trying to work in like. But this way it's like Andrew's so great at doing all that, so I can like get it all done and not feel crazy, even though I still act a little crazy. But like, and vice versa, Andrew's not trying to like pick up Knox and take him to whatever before work and things like that. Like that's my job. I can do that now. So I think like that it's just like, man, this is so much easier in a way.
Yeah.
So it's not adding stress or like responsibilities. It's like helping out big time. So, whoa, it went all the way dark. We're still here. Okay, there it is.
20 minutes
Okay,
in.
sorry,
This
this
is a
is so
long one.
long, but I just have so much to say. Last question we'll answer right now, because we're 20 minutes in, was what's the biggest running training adjustment you've had to make since being married and being another loved one for 2 kids now? So, I think the biggest running adjustment has been I'm not as crazy about running. I love running still. It's like everything, but I just feel like on our honeymoon, I just didn't run that much. Or like Saturday mornings, if we want to go to Kneaders or do something different, and then like it's not, I don't feel like that strong of an addiction as I had in my previous life, where it was like I always had to get in my run, and it was like always on my mind and things like that. Now it's just like I do it because it's like my me time. I get to like de-stress and stuff like that. But if something else comes up, like that thing, you know what I mean? So I think that's made an adjustment. I've always done a lot of treadmill miles just because I've always had Brooke. So Brooke and Knox, they just play together when I do that. But once they're in preschool, I'm going to be on the trails a lot. I know that. I'll be out in the mountains because that's my favorite. So as far as that goes, I think I just toned down a little bit with running, and maybe, those goals will come back and things like that. We're just newlyweds, and I want to, like, enjoy this stage so much, and we've got a lot on our plates, but no, Andrew's super supportive. Has training changed for you?
Quite a bit, actually. I used to run a lot more. So I do a lot of my training and stuff like that, or exercise, or going out mountain biking, or whatever, when I didn't have Knox. So we kind of alternate when I have him. So like every other weekend, in between the week, we have different days. And so I used to heavily train on the weekends I didn't have Knox and things like that. But now it's not just me at home. So I got to think about the rest of the family, the rest of the, I guess not 3, it's 4 with Beretta. And so I always had Beretta with me, so I used to take her a lot more. But so I have to think more and kind of plan that way. So I try to do a lot of mine during lunch, which is not the best because it's like 100 degrees right now. So I die. So tomorrow I'm getting up at 5 to go do that. So yeah, my training is very low right now.
I think it'll come back for both of us a little bit, but I think just with house and kids and all the adjustments and changes, like running's always there for you. It'll be okay. That's not okay. Sorry. Running will always be there for you, and Andrew teases me all day long, so it's probably good for me. I need that a little bit.
His dog hair just.
It's really cool, classy. But yeah, that's all we have for you today. If you want to come over and help move tomorrow, and what else do we need to finish doing tomorrow? We need blinds. We need our to-do list is so long.
Moving in tomorrow. We have a house again tomorrow, so we're stoked.
Yeah, it'll be awesome.
We're good.
But yeah, thanks for joining us for 23 minutes. That was a lot of talking, and I'll never do that again for you. Next time it'll be 10 minutes or shorter, so I apologize. So see you later. Have a good day. Bye.